Farming is already a challenging profession, and it becomes even more daunting when your farm hosts actual giants. Imagine cows with exceptional muscle mass, hogs with robust physiques, and goats that exhibit astonishing growth rates. This video showcases these incredible creatures, among others deemed the strongest animals globally. Discover their unique abilities and see what they're capable of. Let's dive in. Muscular hogs. There's a short but curious story about these creatures. About 10 years ago, a Chinese farmer named Leng Yi from a small village in Guangxi province found two piglets high up in the mountains. The farmer decided to capture them and bring them back to the farm. At first, they looked like ordinary piglets, but once he started feeding and caring for them, the miniature piglets immediately turned into healthy, muscular hogs. The mere sight of them makes you shiver. These pigs are so powerful and even creepy that they could easily become an antagonists in some Hollywood horror movie. Most surprisingly, they have grown not only due to fat but also due to muscles, and to a greater extent thanks to them. Legs, torso, neck, wherever you look, all parts of the body are incredibly strong and ready for any physical exertion. It's not clear exactly what caused the pigs to transform this way. Either this is their peculiarity, or in the mountains, there is a muscular species that the farmer accidentally stumbled upon. Please share your thoughts in the comments about what you think about them. Scottish Highland Cow. Another farm jock is called the Scottish Highland Cow, or just the Highland, and it's been known to people for over 100 years. The cow looks like some. Another farm jock faced numerous global crises to survive. Obstacle course. 55 million years ago, the climate on our planet changed, but it was hot. The average temperature was 8 degrees Celsius higher than today. The tropical forests were vast, but the plants were also much less nutritious for herbivores. It's likely that reptiles would have been able to adapt to such a diet, but they would have become much smaller in size 34 million years ago. The climate became drier and colder. During this period, long-legged and fast reptiles would have reigned easily, traversing the vast grassy plains that would have begun to take over the forests. Such dinosaurs still had a big advantage over mammals. The reptiles had sharper eyesight and were faster and stronger. Some scientists doubt that mammals would have evolved much at all if they continued to live side by side with such rivals, but it's still possible. After all, humans somehow evolved alongside mammoths and saber-toothed cats. 2.6 million years ago, the Ice Age began on Earth. Countless species became extinct, but even then, according to science, some dinosaurs still had a good chance of survival because at least some of them were warm-blooded. If the reptiles had managed to adapt to the cold, we might well see a living T-Rex today. However, the encounter would most likely have taken place in a nature reserve, given the natural conditions and the development of civilization today. Large dinosaurs would be considered endangered species. If they had survived the global crisis of our planet, there would have been only two options. Either we would have learned to coexist peacefully, or humanity would have disappeared, suppressed by the domination of huge reptiles. The theory of decline. It is believed by some scientists that the extinction of the dinosaurs may not have been solely caused by the asteroid impact. The decline of these reptiles had already begun long before the impact, during the late Triassic period around 220 million years ago. This period is considered as the start of evolution, where new species appeared and evolved at a faster rate than older ones could die out. Roughly 30 to 40 million years before the asteroid impact, the dinosaur population had already started to decline significantly, especially the carnivorous theropods, which included the famous Tyrannosaurus. It is difficult to estimate the probability of the independent extinction of dinosaurs, as it is almost impossible to simulate the development of a planet that wasn't hit by the asteroid. However, examples of survival through millions of years can be provided. Interesting fact: scientists believe that dinosaurs were the ancestors of birds, and that modern birds are the closest relatives of these ancient, scary reptiles. So pigeons or chickens have a lot more in common with T-Rex than you thought. Want to learn even more interesting facts and hypotheses about dinosaurs? Well then, stay tuned because all the most interesting stuff is further in this video. The northern dinosaur. Most dinosaur fossils have been discovered in arid and desert regions across the planet. This is because such areas preserve bones better and make it easier to extract them from the ground. However, in 2015, researchers discovered the remains of a hadrosaur, a duck-billed dinosaur, in the vicinity of the Colville River in Alaska. Interestingly, the discovered dinosaur was warm-blooded, which helped it survive the harsh winter climate. Over the past few years, scientists have discovered the remains of 13 dinosaurs in Alaska. Unfortunately, the fossils were too fragmentary and distorted to be grouped together and identified as a separate species. But in 2015, researchers struck gold, finding almost complete skeletons of a group of large duck-billed dinosaurs. According to scientists, most of the reptiles they found were young individuals with an average height of only 1 meter and a length of about 3 meters. However, paleontologists believe that adult dinosaurs could be much larger, up to 10 meters. Dinosaur intelligence. In a hypothetical universe where dinosaurs managed to survive to this day, they might have changed beyond recognition. Would today's Tyrannosaurus and Triceratops even remotely resemble their ancestors? This isn't known for certain, but it is known that nature is capable of the most incredible miracles. The evolutionary pathway from protozoa to higher-order mammals alone is a great example. Another critical question in this hypothetical universe is what changes would the dinosaurs' intelligence have undergone? Scientists have a body of evidence that some species were already uniquely intelligent by the time of the asteroid hit 66 million years ago. Truden is commonly cited as an example. In terms of physical parameters, this reptile was not remarkable. It was average both in strength and size. However, its brain was unusually large compared to its body proportions. In the case of Truden, scientists came to the conclusion that the representative of this genus could be considered the most intelligent of the dinosaurs. It's known that Truden moved on its hind legs and could use its front limbs to perform movements requiring fine motor skills. One more interesting fact is that it had binocular vision, and its eyes were located not on the sides but in the front. This dinosaur looked at the world almost like a human, but could such a reptile become similar to us as the result of evolution? Most scientists doubt it. The evolutionary path to achieve such a goal would have been nearly impossible. After all, crocodiles have lived on Earth since the time of the dinosaurs, but they never became human-like. Would dinosaurs have liked the modern world? After all, these days, the world is suffering from another lingering crisis: global warming. Few people know that extreme heat was as destructive to dinosaurs as cold. What dinosaurs really looked like? Although we all have a general idea about what the most famous dinosaur species looked like, is their image really accurate? The well-known creatures from the Jurassic Park movie were created with the help of computer simulations, but can we maintain accuracy by recreating the creature only through its bones? Contrary to popular belief, not all dinosaurs were large in size. Paleontologists are convinced that during the dinosaur age, the planet was inhabited by reptiles of various colors and sizes. For instance, the smallest dinosaur known to science weighed only several hundred grams. The largest animal that ever existed on Earth still lives here, and it's not a dinosaur, it's a blue whale. So don't be too impressed the next time you're asked to imagine the ancient megalodon shark. Proof of hypotheses. Assuming that dinosaurs lived in the last hundreds of thousands of years and even met humans, is it possible that they would have survived to the present day? It seems possible. However, if we consider the hypothesis that humans are also surviving as a species, we must also consider the negative impact of humans. Humans exterminated mammoths and other megafauna, so it's likely that they would have hunted dinosaurs as well. Could humans have eliminated the dinosaurs without the help of asteroids and climate change? Unfortunately, the statistics of species that have disappeared because of humans suggest it's quite possible. But in an alternate universe, humans and several species of large herbivorous and even carnivorous reptiles, similar to